they have a chance to protect themselves from the imminent threat of the deterioration of their entity. So what I'm getting at here is, I think that this Sniffles, we'll call it, is the event, because they've got total and complete control of the media, of exactly the information that they want to go forward is going forward uninterrupted, because they have the tech companies on their side that are shutting people down, that are trying to get warnings out and get information out. So they have complete control of the whole system, so the narrative is moving in the direction that they want it to go. The problem is, if you push too hard, then it'll peak and then it'll fall. Well, the fear-mongering is probably going to peak. It's doing pretty good right now. You know, the momentum's there. They're getting people pretty good and scared, and changing the activity of the world, which actually could lead to good things, but I'm going to get to that in a little bit. But the point I'm making is, this is the event, but they're pushing too hard. If you ever take a wet bar of soap, you get done with your shower and you end up dropping the soap. You got to pick it up and put it on the countertop. You go to squeeze that soap and it goes, and it flies over the shower curtain and onto the floor outside the shower. The point is, if you squeeze too hard, it's just going to slip out of your hands. The left, the cabal, is squeezing too hard. They're pushing this thing really hard. It's going to peak, and it's going to peak too early. They're out of ammunition. This is all they've got left. So, excuse me. The point I'm getting to now. This is their turn, okay? The Patriots' turn is next, because every time the left does a move, there's a counter move. Force is an equal and opposite reaction, basically. I can't remember the exact saying, but every time they do something, we do something. And I think we gonna do something. But I think it's going to be based on gematria. That seems to be the name of the game for speaking in code. That's identifying the correlation between letters and numbers, but also using number codes for description of activity. Well, getting to the point. Watch for 4/11. Why do I say that? April 11th. 411. That is information. It's always been information. Remember when we used to have the home phones with a rotary dial? You dial 411, I need this number, please. Information. I think that because they're squeezing the bar soap too hard, it's going to go firing out of their hands, and this thing is going to peak, and it's going to start to falter pretty quickly. Well, and I believe that's going to happen within this month. I think they're going to push it so hard that wet bar soap's going to go flying out of their hand. Come on. And they're not going to have anything else to go on. So the reason I'm saying 4/11, April 11th, 4/11, I believe that we are going to get an information drop. A significant one. Potentially a major incriminating one. So I'm putting it out there. Maybe I should have worn my tinfoil hat. I need to get a tinfoil hat. That way I can wear it and then make sure I'm protected from all the rays and everything. But when I start thinking and analyzing stuff in my crazy little mind, sometimes little things pop out that kind of make sense. And this one kind of makes sense. The event is here. I predicted the event a year ago. When I started this channel, I started pretty early on the videos talking about the event that will have to disrupt the election in 2020. But I think they jumped the gun, and I think they squeezed the soap. So I believe this is going to peak and fizzle out before they're ready. I think they should have, if they were going to do this thing, they should have waited until a little closer to the election. Maybe they'd had more bang for their buck. But Anyway, so 411, April 11th, we need to be watching for a significant drop of incriminating information. And I'm using the rules that they use, the gematria, the number coding, the letter coding, and all this other stuff. Everything's done in code. Nothing is done straightforward. Nobody's going to sit behind a desk and say, this is exactly what's going to happen. They don't do it, I guess because they figured we're not capable of handling the truth. But the people that are out here with open minds, critical thinkers, analysts, they can look at all the code and they can say, okay, well, this is what's going to happen. Best guess. EWAG. Educated, wise-ass guess. That's a good way of putting it. But anyway, so 411, mark the number, mark the date, pay attention, and then let me know what happens. I'll be here anyway, I'll be watching. But anyway, if that analysis works, then maybe I figured out the key to the puzzle. What do they call that? Oh geez, all my map reading days are over. But anyway, the map key, that's probably what it is. So learn the code, understand the code, speak the code, use the code, Luke. Anyway, so getting back to what I said there about could be a benefit. Well, what this is doing right now is it is explaining in some significant detail how vulnerable we have become as a nation because we have put everything overseas. Well, China makes most of our base material for our medications, and India makes much of the medication. Then you got Germany that makes a lot of the medical supplies. So what could happen with all of this is, since the left has pushed so hard, we got to make some major changes. You know, we got to make sure we're all safe. So what's going to happen is they're going to say, oh my God, we can't be dependent on other countries like we've been for the last few years. We have to take care of America first. So all this production of medical supplies that we sent overseas and all of our medication that's now overseas, and they're telling us they're not going to send it out of their countries because they're going to take care of their country first. Okay? Sound familiar? When we say America first, oh my God, that's so racist. When they say their country first, it's like, oh, they're so good at taking care of their people. All right, it's just games. It's stupid. See through the bullshit is the point I'm trying to make. But the good thing that can come out of this is we can start producing our own stuff again. Made in America by Americans. Employment will be 100%, unless you're disabled, or if you're screwed by the VA and can't work. Yeah, anyway, that's a different subject. But I want you guys to think about this stuff with me. I don't want to be alone in my thoughts. It's scary in there. But I put it out there, give you something to chew on, give you something to think about, and then when things happen, we can all go, nailed it. If it doesn't happen, we can go, I don't remember saying shit. No, wait, that's the left that says that. Anyway, you got my point. So, bad things are happening now. Changes are going to come. Good things are going to happen later. Be patient. If you have underlying conditions, treat this thing, this sniffles, like it's right next door to your house, and take the appropriate measures to protect you and yours. And then, if you're not dealing with underlying conditions, you just need to realize that if you get this thing, you're going to feel a little uncomfortable for a while. But then you're going to get over it. There's going to be herd immunity. Everybody's going to be okay. But take care of yourselves. Do what you have to do to protect yourselves from contact so that the ones you love are protected. My wife and I are doing it. I'm not hiding that fact. We're very isolated right now. We stay on our little 5-acre island. No big deal. We got all kinds of stuff to do. We got our food, we got our water, we got our toilet paper. We are in good shape. And there's all kinds of activities that we can keep ourselves entertained with on this 5 acres. Got the tools, got the supplies, got the imagination. We can do anything we want, and we're not missing anything by staying here on the property. So anyway, enough about all that. I just wanted to get it out there. I want to take a minute so you guys know, please look at my backup channels. I'm on DLive under DVP. I'm on Bitchute, Disabled Vets Perspective. YouTube, Disabled Vets Perspective. I am on Parlor, Disabled Vets Perspective. Instagram, same thing. And now I've got a Discord server. So I'm going to try to get all those links in there. If you guys want to follow me, you want to keep up with me, if YouTube gets rid of me, I want you guys to be able to hang out still. So you got to pick and choose which ones you want to be connected with. I'm going to have a bunch of them. I'm kind of running all over the net right now to make sure that I'm secure when the big elbow drop comes from before 2020. So anyway, if you guys like what I have to say, make sure you hit the like button, tell your friends about me, ring the little ding-a-ling, ding-ding bell thing, and until next time, y'all, stay in the fight.